Hi guys, welcome back to the BMW Guide channel and welcome back to a lovely autumn evening. As you can see here, we've got my 2007 BMW 120D M Sport, and today we're going to be talking about what it's like to own a high mileage BMW. So, you may know this car is quite high mileage. It's just, well, I can tell you exactly, it's on 99,091 miles, not 900,000. So in today's video I just want to give you guys a sort of a preview on what it's like to own a high mileage BMW and what are the pros and cons of doing it. This had about 79,000 miles when I bought it, so I've done a good 20,000 miles in it. So I've learnt a lot along the way on what it's like to own high mileage Beamers. This is obviously, I'm going to be talking about not just the 4 cylinders but also the 6 cylinders as well, so I've been doing a lot of research on those. So yeah, let's get on with the video. So like I said, this is a nearly 100,000 mile car, and there are a few things that have gone wrong with it. We've got our ABS fault here. This is caused by that this wheel on the end of the drive shaft. The reluctor ring is now rubbing on the wheel speed sensor, so that's throwing up a traction control and ABS issue. Also, we've got a few, we've had shocks done. So as you can obviously guess, there's going to be more maintenance items when you come into a high mileage car. Lower mileage cars may not have so many issues, but it's only sort of a matter of time before they do. Basically, the main reason I bought this car was because it was within budget. Obviously 79,000 miles is quite high mileage for most vehicles nowadays, especially as they're all on PCP and finance. I bought this outright, £4,400. So my idea was that it wouldn't be too much of an issue if things went wrong, because I bought it cheap in the first place. So in terms of reliability, however, the powertrain is pretty good. I mean, I've seen these do 190, 200,000 miles on the original engine and transmission, so in terms of that I've not got many worries at all. In terms of the 6 cylinders, especially the diesels, long-term reliability is excellent. You don't really have many issues at all with them. There are the occasional swirl flap issues with the engine, etc., and unfortunately BMW sort of forums only seem to highlight the main issues with these cars rather than actually highlighting the reliable ones, because obviously if you have a nice reliable car, you will not, it's not like you're going to be going to the forums and explaining how reliable it's been. So that's something to consider when looking at that sort of thing, because it can put a lot of people off. But I wouldn't let you, if I were you, I wouldn't let it. As long as you've got a well-maintained vehicle, you should be absolutely fine. When I get to 100,000 miles on this, I think going to put like a little just get a little badge for it. Say it's at the 100,000 mile club, which I know isn't that exclusive, but the main reason I bought this car is to put a lot of miles on it. In terms of the petrol cars, they can suffer some more issues regarding mileage, etc. They quite commonly will destroy coil packs, etc. like that. Also, you get issues with the ignition systems, spark plugs, etc. But there aren't really like I say, that many issues that go wrong with these high mileage BMWs. In theory, one of these cars, if looked after correctly, should just go on forever. There are a couple of things like milestone mileages, I like to call them, which is essentially a certain mileage where big jobs need to be done. This is more, I'll tell you what, this is quite common. The prime example for this actually is the Volkswagen Golf DSG gearboxes. So they have to be done, well, Volkswagen DSG gearboxes, they have to be done at certain sort of large mileage intervals, and it's those sort of things, like also like on other cars you get the cam belts, etc., all need doing. So that's essentially the trick, is to buy one of these high mileage cars is to get one that's had all that sort of stuff already done, so that you aren't going to have these issues. High mileage cars, I think, are not something to be scared of, but more something to be celebrated. Obviously this vehicle here done 99,000 miles. It's essentially driven around the world nearly 4 times, or over 4 times now. So that's something to bear in mind, really. In terms of Whether I'm precious about putting mileage on, absolutely not. I want to sort of put as many miles as I can on this car, because I think that it's sort of something it's meant to do. I mean, it pulls well, it doesn't really have any issues whatsoever. I just need to sort out this, but the interiors age well on them, and obviously the car still looks great in my opinion anyway, although it's very, very dirty. But essentially I don't really bother washing it in the winter, because it just gets trashed anyway. But yeah, that's just a quick video, guys, discussing sort of high mileage BMWs, etc. Don't be afraid of them. They can be excellent cars and affordable cars as well. So make sure you like and subscribe to the video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment in the description below. Let me know what mileage your BMW's on. If you've got a high one, the more the better. I'd be really interested to know. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.